Hey you, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tina and my aim is to improve your drawings just like others have done for me when I just started out. If you want to skip my intro, you can use the timestamps to jump straight to the section you want to. If you don't want to miss anything, in today's video I'll be going over the Pitt pastels from Faber Castell. I've already made a few other videos on pastel pencils, go check out those videos if you like, and I'll have the link pop into the screen as well as put it in the description below. Like always, when I do a video about pencils, I try to get an even better feel for them by drawing something just by using this brand. So this brand is no exception, even though they already take a base spot in my arsenal. Faber Castell is yet another household name in the art world. They were founded in 1761, so they have been around for quite some time. They produce a lot of quality materials, but I personally love their colored pencils and the pastel pencils I'm reviewing right now. Let's dive straight into it. First up is their packaging and presentation. In total there are 60 colors available for purchase, which you can of course buy open stock. And having the option to buy something open stock is wonderful, as some of your colors will wear down much faster than others. They also have sets available. The Pitt pastel come in sets of 12, 36 and 60. Now I personally bought the biggest set, so this is the casing you see at the moment. I actually think it's quite good and sturdy casing where you could keep your pencils stored, but since I have so many, I like to store mine in pencil drawers like these. Now let's have a look at the pencil itself. Unlike the previous pencils I talked about, which were the Carbotellos and the pastel pencils from Conte a Paris, these pencils don't feature the color all over the barrel. Instead, they have a nice wooden casing with the color just showing at the tip, which I think personally looks really beautiful. Besides the color tip, you'll also find a number on there, which makes buying the same pencil very easy. It also makes it very easy to create tutorials where the student can follow along with the exact color. On a side note, I don't think this is necessary if you want to learn how to draw. You don't need to use the exact color, because which color you pick isn't as important as your values. This basically means how light or dark your color is. Now back to the pencils. So you'll see the color tip, the number, and then you're also going to find stars on them. Just like with the other pencils, Faber Castell uses a star system for their light fastness. More on that later, but for now it's nice to know you don't have to look at charts and find the matching color. Nope, you can just see it on the pencil itself. Now all in all, for packaging and presentation, I give this a 5 out of 5. Moving on to my second category, their color range and light fastness. So as I already said, they have a total of 60 colors, which isn't the highest amount, but definitely a good amount. When I look at all the colors available, their color range emphasizes muted shades and earth tones. So depending on what subjects you want to draw, this can either be a good thing or a bad thing. So I'm going to give you my verdict if you want to use them for wildlife drawings. Speaking with this in mind, they have an ideal range. Just look at all the browns and grays in there. Trust me when I say for most animals this makes up the bulk of your colors. Then when it comes to their light fastness, as can be expected from a Faber Castell product, the light fast ratings of them is really high, and like I already mentioned, each individual pencil has a rating stamped on the barrel in the form of stars. Their rating goes from 1 to 3 stars, where 1 star is their lowest rating and 3 being the highest. Out of the 60 colors, you have 35 pencils that are rated 3 stars, 11 pencils that are 2 stars, and 14 are rated a 1 star. As you can see, I divided them accordingly, and like what was to be expected, the pink and red shades fall into the lesser category. These shades are difficult to get a high rating for all pastel pencils, but still they score really good when it comes to their light fastness. For color range and light fastness, I give this a 4 out of 5. Before I move on to the most important category, if you like my video so far, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support helps to grow this channel a lot. Next up, their visual appeal and performance. This is the most important question: how well do they perform? So like I said before, I already use the Pitt pastels quite a lot in my drawings, but whenever I do a review like this, I love drawing something using only the materials I'm talking about. So that is exactly what I've done for this review as well, and next week you can see the result of that drawing in next week's tutorial. For starters, the pencils have lots of pigment in them, which is to be expected from this brand. This results in beautiful, vibrant colors. Another thing I have to mention is that pastel pencils can also be divided into different categories depending on how soft or hard the lead is. The Pitt Pastel fall more into the hard category. As such, they are very good at getting down those detailed fine lines, something the softer pencils have a harder time doing. Another upside of this, they are a lot easier to sharpen. Whichever your method of sharpening, you'll find their leads don't break easily. And when it comes to blending, I'd say they blend well enough. Obviously, it won't be as easy as a softer pencil like the Caran d'Ache, but for a pencil with a harder lead, I find their blending abilities surprisingly good. I do find they have two big downsides. One, when you're just using the Pitt Pastels, they don't have a good coverage, meaning you need to add more layers of the same color to fill up the paper. And two, and this is mostly because of the previous point, don't try and use these pencils for larger areas. It will take a lot of time and it will eat a lot of your pencil away. In summary, I'd say the score for this category will depend on the art you're making. So with the wildlife artist in mind, I would give them a 4 out of 5 for this. Finally, for the last category, let's talk money and value. When it comes to their price, I always look them up on Jackson's to get an idea. Note that these are the prices I found while I'm making this video in March 2021. If you buy them in a set, you'll roughly pay €2.40, while open stock you'll pay €1.98. So unlike other brands, you don't get a discount when you buy them in a bigger set. Now, given that you pay $3.18 for the pastel pencils from Caran d'Ache or $1.55 for the Stabilo Carbotellos, their price falls nicely in between. So for money and value, I would give the Pitt Pastels a 4 out of 5. Now in conclusion, I'd say this is a great pencil and worth every penny. They aren't my go-to pencil for everything though. An example would be for my underlayer, simply because you need to apply a lot more layers to get the job done. But what I do love, and especially as a wildlife artist, they are excellent at getting those fur layers in, and in particular the top layers where sometimes you like your markings to be a hard line. The Pitt Pastel is an ideal pencil for this, and they also have beautiful vivid colors, the kind I frequently use in my drawings. So overall, I'd give these pencils a 4 out of 5. And my personal suggestion would be to get these individual to support the other pencils you already have. Stabilo Carbotellos. Just as a footnote, these are all my personal opinions, and keep in mind that I'm talking about what I'm looking for as a realism animal artist. If you find this review helpful, or if there is anything in particular you'd like me to do a review on, let me know in the comments below. And as always, your input is highly appreciated. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate your support, as this helps to grow my channel and reach other people just like yourself. Hope to see you again next Friday, and in the meantime, have a great week.